When we learn now Shir Yud, the Gemara here talks about the topic of Yish Shalom Midas. Yish Shalom Midas is the idea is a Yish that didn't actually happen yet. It's a Yish that a person would have if he knew, but it was Shalom Midas, but he didn't know. So what about a Yish? It's a Yish that the guy doesn't know about. He would give up hope of ever getting it back, and then you'd be allowed to keep it, but he didn't actually do it yet. Do you actually need the owner to be miyayish or not? So says the Gemara, Itmar, Yish Shalom Midas, if a guy gives up hope without knowing about that, if he actually gave up hope, he would give up hope. Abaye Amar Lo Havi Yish. Abaye says that does not count as Yish. What it means it's not Yish means it doesn't count, and therefore you're not allowed to keep the object. You must know that the owner kept the object, that the owner gave up hope before you're allowed to take something that wasn't yours previously. V'Rava Amar Havi Yish. Rava says the object is Yish. It is considered Yish, and so you'd be allowed to keep it. You don't have to know that the owner gave up hope. The owner does not need to know. So now the Gemara explains where exactly do they have their argument. So it says like this: B'davar sheyesh bo simin, with regard a thing, davar a thing, sheyesh bo, that it has simin, a sign. There kuli amalo pligi, everybody agrees. Everybody doesn't argue. In other words, everybody agrees. Dillo havi yish, that's not considered yish. The afal gav, and even though even if you heard the guy say, I give up hope of ever getting that back, L'sof lo havi yish, it's still not considered yish. Because it came to his hand when it was an isser, it was prohibited for him to keep it. Okay, so let me explain. This is really unclear. The Gemara is talking about a case where if there was a sign and you were holding it for the owner to give it back, you already picked it up, and then you hear the owner gives up hope of getting it back, you still have to give it back. Why? There was an obligation on you. This is very interesting. Why is that so, by the way? If you think about it, it's not obvious at all. But the Gemara explains, because it came into your hands at a time that you weren't allowed to own it, you had to give it back, you were really like holding it for him. And therefore, you're not allowed to keep it. Even if he gave up hope, you still must give it back to him. It's the way I could understand this is that if, let's say you give up hope, but you're like, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Oh, they're on your face. That's not called. It has to it has to be lost. Only once it's lost does yish make a difference. But here it's not considered lost because you're holding it for the owner. And you're going to be giving it back to him. You're holding it for him. It's like considered like it's in his possession. You can't miyayesh. Hope only works on something that's out of your possession. But if it's in my possession, or if somebody's holding it for me, then yish doesn't work. Continues the Gemara. Since it came to his hands, it came to his hands with an isser for him to keep it, an obligation for him to return it. Because at that time, if he had known that it had fallen from him, lo miyayish, he would not have been miyayish. He wouldn't have given up hope. If at the time that when you took it, at the time that you took it, he would not have given up hope because it had a siman. What's the reason why he's giving up hope? Because he hasn't heard about it. But really, he should have heard about it because there was a siman on it. So, at the time that he took it, since he would not have given up hope because there was a sign, he would have been hopeful that he could get it back. Therefore, you're not allowed to keep it. Because why wouldn't he have given up hope? Continues the Gemara. Amar, he says, Simana isli begave. I have a sign in it. Yahevna simana. I will give my sign. Vishakil nale. And then I will take it.